Hello students, in this video we will continue with the previous year questions of various state PSCs, and this time all the questions will be based on thermodynamics. Okay, let's study. Our first question is, the energy of the isolated system is always a constant which is given by. Friends, the energy of the isolated system is always constant and it is given by the first law of thermodynamics, that is option number B. And let me tell you that in isolated system, the change in energy as well as the change in mass both are zero. Okay, so the right answer is option number B, first law of thermodynamics. Let's move to next question. A series of operations which takes place in a certain order and restore the initial conditions at the end is known as, friends, that is known as thermodynamic cycle, option number C. So the right answer is thermodynamic cycle, option number C. Heat and work. Heat and work are intensive properties, extensive properties, point functions, or path functions. So friends, heat and work both are path functions. So option number D is right here. And path functions are partially differentiable, that is inexact differentiable. And it is a very frequent asked question, so we have to take care of it. Okay, let's move to the next question. Our next question is, it is asking about the properties. So options are, the properties are temperature, viscosity, specific entropy, thermal conductivity. Which of the above property of the system is or are intensive properties? So friends, temperature, viscosity, specific entropy, thermal conductivity, all are intensive properties. So the right answer for this question is option number D, that is 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and let me tell you that intensive properties are temperature, viscosity, specific entropy, thermal conductivity, specific volume, and specific enthalpy. These are also intensive properties. Okay, let's move to next question. An open system, friends, options are, is a specified region where transfer of energy or mass take place. Yes, it is right. Is a region, second option is a region of constant mass and only energy is allowed to cross the boundaries. No, it is wrong. Cannot transfer either mass, energy or mass to or from the surroundings. It is also wrong. Has an enthalpy transfer across its boundaries and the mass within the system is not necessarily constant. So friends, the right answer for this question is option number A, that is it is a specified region where transfer of energy and mass take place. Okay, option number A is right here. Next question is, the law which provides the basis of temperature measurement. The law which provides the basis of temperature measurement is, options are, third law of thermodynamics, zeroth law of thermodynamics, first law of thermodynamics, and the last option is second law of thermodynamics. So in this case, the zeroth law of thermodynamics is the law which provides the basis of temperature measurement. So option number B is right here, zeroth law of thermodynamics. Which one of the following is the extensive property of the system? So friends, it is asking about the extensive properties and options are volume, pressure, temperature, and density. So in this case, volume is our extensive property. So option number A is right here, volume. Next question is, pressure exerted by a gas in a closed container is. So the pressure exerted by a gas in a closed container is a strong function of density and temperature. So option number C is right here, strong function of density and temperature. Option number C. Which of the following items is not a path function? We have to find the among these options. So options are heat, work, kinetic energy, and the last option is thermal conductivity. So friends, thermal conductivity is not a path function. So the right answer is option number D. So option number D is right here, option number D, thermal conductivity. The condition for the reversibility of a cycle is, options are, the pressure and temperature of the working substance must not differ appreciably from those of the surroundings at any stage in the process. Second option is, all the processes taking place in the cycle of operations must be extremely slow. Third option is the working part of the engine must be frictional free, and the last option is all of the above. So friends, in this case, our option number A as well as option number B as well as option number C, all options are right here. So option number D is right here, that is all of the above. Option number D. Let's move to the next question. Our next question is, which of the following is an example of irreversible process? So here we have to find the irreversible process. Our options are polytropic expansion of fluid, unrestricted expansion of gases, isothermal expansion, and the last option is electrolysis. So friends, in this case, unrestricted expansion of gases is an example of irreversible process. So option number B is right here. Our next question is, which of the following is considered as thermodynamic potential? Here we have to find which of the following is considered as a thermodynamic potential. Options are temperature, internal energy, enthalpy, and the last option is entropy. So friends, enthalpy is right here. Enthalpy is considered as a thermodynamic potential. Option number C is right here. If H refers to heat, T refers to temperature, then in the throttling process, friends, let me know you that the throttling process, our enthalpy remains constant. So in this case, H1 as well as H2 both are equal. Hence option number B is right here, that is H1 equals to H2. Which of the following processes are thermodynamically reversible? Options are throttling, free expansion, constant volume and constant pressure, and the last option is isothermal and adiabatic. So friend, last option, that is isothermal and adiabatic, is the process which are thermodynamically reversible. So option number D is right here, isothermal and adiabatic. The most efficient method of compressing air is to compress it. Options are adiabatically, isentropically, isothermally, and the last option is isochrocally. It's not isochrocally, it should be isochloric. That is for constant volume temperature. That is for constant volume, that is isochoric for constant volume. So among this, the most efficient method of compressing air is option number C, that is isothermally. Option number C, isothermally. The internal energy of an ideal gas is a function of. Friends, it is asking about the internal energy of an gas is function of. Options are pressure only, absolute temperature only, pressure and volume, pressure, volume as well as temperature. So it is a very frequent asked question, as you can see that it has been asked in Gujarat PSC, TS PSC, that is Telangana, UK PSC, Uttarakhand PSC, UP PSC, that is Odisha. So the right answer for this question is, that is option number B, absolute temperature only. The internal energy of an ideal gas is a function of absolute temperature only. Option number B. Work output from a system is at the expense of internal energy is a non-flow process carried out. Options are at constant pressure, at constant volume, adiabatically, and the polytropically. So here option number C is right, that is adiabatically. Option number C. The absolute zero pressure will be. Options are when the molecular momentum of the system becomes zero. Second is at sea level. Third, at the temperature of minus 273 Kelvin. And the fourth option is at the center of the earth. So in this case, option number A is right here, that is when the molecular momentum of the system becomes zero. Next question is, if the value of n is 0 in the equation, that is Pb raised to the power n equals to constant, then the process is called. Friend, if we put the value of n as 0, then it will become P equals to constant, that is constant pressure volume, that is constant pressure process. This is option number B, constant pressure process. In a free expansion of a gas between two equilibrium states, work transfer involved. Options are can be calculated by joining the two states on PB coordinates by any path and estimating area below. Second option is can be calculated by joining two states by a quasi-static path and then finding the area below. Third option is 0. And the fourth option is equal to heat generated by friction during expansion. So friends, in a free expansion of gases between two equilibrium states, work transfer involved is 0. That is option number C. 0. The internal energy of a substance depends on, friends, it depends on temperature only, that is absolute temperature. The internal energy of a substance depends on temperature, that is option number A, as we have discussed this question already before. So option number A is right here, temperature. Next question is the temperature at which the volume of gas becomes 0 is called. The temperature at which the volume of gas becomes 0, friends, that is called absolute zero temperature. That is option number B, absolute zero temperature. And absolute zero temperature is minus 273.15 Kelvin. Next question is in the polytropic process, equation P raised to the power n equals to constant. If n is infinitely large, the process is termed as. It is asking if we raise the power of n, so the process is termed as. Options are constant volume, constant pressure, constant temperature, or adiabatically. So that answer for this question is that is option number A, constant volume. If we raise the power of n, so it will just depend on the volume, that is constant volume. Let's move to the next question. Next question is the instrument which measures the temperature of the source without direct contact is. The instrument which measures the temperature of the source without direct contact is called pyrometer. That is option number C. Pyrometer. Pyrometer is a device used for measuring relatively high temperature, such as encountered in furnace. For using the temperature of furnace, we use pyrotemperature. And friends, there is a term cryonics, and that is used for measuring the temperature of very low temperature of substance which having very low temperature. For that process we use a term cryogenics. Okay, let's move to next question. Next question is work done for an isothermal process is. Friends, it's asking about the work done for an isothermal process. So in this case our option number C is right, that is P1 V1 ln P1 by P2. That is option number C. We have also different types of writing the work done for isothermal process, but for this case option number C is right, that is P1 V1 ln P1 by P2. Okay, next question. Thermocouples. Thermocouples are generally used for measuring temperature. Options are 500 degrees Celsius, 1000 degrees Celsius, 1500 degrees Celsius, or 2000 degrees Celsius. So friends, thermocouples are generally used for measuring temperature up to 1500 degrees Celsius. That is option number C, 1500 degrees Celsius. The enthalpy of an ideal gas is a function of. Options are pressure only, volume only, temperature only, or none of this. So the enthalpy of an ideal gas is a function of temperature only. That is option number C, temperature only. Next question is 1 degree Celsius is equal to, it's a very easy question friends. 1 degree Celsius is equal to option number B, that is 274.15 Kelvin. 274.15 Kelvin, option number B. Compression efficiency is compared against. Options are ideal compression, adiabatic compression, isentropic compression, isothermal compression. So friends, compression efficiency is compared against isothermal compression. That is option number D, isothermal compression. Which thermometer is independent of the substance or material used in its construction? Options are mercury thermometer, alcohol thermometer, ideal gas thermometer, or resistance thermometer. So friends, ideal gas thermometer is independent of the substance or material used in its construction. So option number C is right here, ideal gas thermometer. Next question is, the equation PV equals to MRT is essentially valid for. Friends, it is asking about the validation of PV equals to MRT, which is a law. So the equation PV equals to MRT is essentially valid for options are perfect gas, real gas, monatomic gas, or mixture of gases. So friends, the equation PV equals to MRT is essentially valid for perfect gas only. That is option number A, perfect gas. Next question is, the characteristics equation of gases PV equals to nRT holds good for. Options are monatomic gases, diatomic gases, real gases, or ideal gases. So friends, is valid for ideal gases. That is option number D. The characteristic equation of for gases PV equals to nRT holds good for ideal gases. Option number D. Offset apparatus is used for analyzing. It is asking about the offset apparatus, and options are oxygen, air, carbon dioxide, or flue gases. So friends, offset apparatus is used for analyzing flue gases. That is option number D. Next question is, the density of water is maximum at. So friends, the density of water is maximum at 4 degrees Celsius. So option number B is right here, 4 degrees Celsius. And it can also be written as 277 Kelvin. By the way, the right option for this question is 4 degrees Celsius. That is option number B. Next question is, the work in a closed system undergoing an isentropic process is given by. So friends, the work in a closed system undergoing an isentropic process is given by, here are a lot of options, so let's only see on the right answer. That is option number C, and that is mr del T, that is T1 minus T2 multiplied by 1 by gamma minus 1. That is option number C, and gamma is Cb by Cp, gamma is Cp by Cb, and T1 and T2 are initial and final temperatures. Okay, so option number C is right here. Let's move to next question. The thermal efficiency of a theoretical Otto cycle. Thermal efficiency of a theoretical Otto cycle. So the options are increases with increase in compression ratio, increases with increase in isentropic index, that is gamma, does not depend on the pressure ratio, follow all of the following. So friends, option number D is right here, that follows all the above. And as I told you, that is gamma is Cp by Cv, and usually the value of gamma is 1.4, but it varies, and it is highest for the monatomic gases. Okay, so right answer for this question is option number D, follows all the above. Next question is, pick the correct statement regarding path functions. Options are, the differentials of point functions are inexact differentials. Second option is, the differentials of point functions and path functions are exact differentials. Third option is, the differential of path function are inexact differentials. And the final option is, the differential of path functions are exact differentials. So friend, in this case, option number C, that is the differential of path functions are inexact differentials. So option number C is right here. And let me tell you that the differentials of point functions are exact differentials. But in this case, the right answer is option number C. The differential of path functions are inexact differentials. Option number C. The first law of thermodynamics was developed by. Friends, the first law of thermodynamics was developed by Joule. So Joule is right here, option number A, and it tells that sigma Q equals to sigma W. That is sigma of heat equals to summation of work. So option number A is right here, Joule. Let's move to next question. Joule's law states the specific internal energy of a gas depends only on. Options are, the pressure of the gas, the volume of the gas, the temperature of the gas, pressure and volume of the gas. So in this case, the Joule's law states the specific internal energy of a gas depends only on option number C, that is the temperature of the gas. Option number C is right here. The identity del Q equals to du plus PdV is valid for. Options are, any process occurring in an open system. Second option is, any process occurring in a closed system. Third option is a quasi-static process without dissipation in a closed cycle. And the final option is any process in any system. So friends, the identity del Q equals to du plus PdV is valid for option number C, a quasi-static process without dissipation in a closed cycle. So option number C is right here. Heat transferred to a closed stationary system, constant volume is equal to a closed stationary system, constant volume is equal to. Options are work transfer, increased in internal energy, increased in enthalpy, or increase in Gibbs function. So friends, heat transferred to a closed stationary system, constant volume is equal to increased in internal energy. That is option number B, increased in internal energy. The shortcoming of first law of thermodynamics is options are direction of process, possibility of process, quality of energy, or the quantity of energy. So friend, the shortcoming of first law of thermodynamics is quantity of energy. That is option number D, quantity of energy. And let me tell you, the shortcoming of first law of thermodynamics is quantity, and the shortcoming of second law of thermodynamics is quality. Okay friends, so for this question the right answer is option number D, that is quantity. Next question is, in a steady flow process across the control volume, mass and energy flow, options are varies continuously, remains constant, depends on control surfaces, depends on a type of process. So for this question, in a steady flow process across the control volume, mass and energy flow remains constant. That is option number B, remains constant. The next question is, the change in enthalpy of a closed system is equal to the heat transferred if the reversible processes takes place at constant. Options are temperature, pressure, volume, or entropy. So friends, the change in enthalpy of a closed system is equal to the heat transferred if the reversible process takes place at constant pressure. That is option number B, constant pressure. During mixing of steams, in a case of air conditioning, the process is associated with options are throttling, adiabatic, isobaric, isochoric. So friends, during mixture of steams in case of air conditioning, the process is associated with adiabatic. So option number B is right here, adiabatic. Next question is, which one of the following statement is correct? Options are a machine violates Clausius statement will violate the first law of thermodynamics. Second option is a machine which violates Kelvin-Planck statement will violate the first law of thermodynamics. A machine which violates the second law of thermodynamics will violate the first law of thermodynamics. And the last option is a machine which violates Kelvin-Planck statement will violate the Clausius statement. So friends, in this case, option number D is right here. A machine which violates the Kelvin-Planck statement will violate the Clausius statement. And let me tell you about the Kelvin-Planck statement and Clausius statement. So friends, Kelvin-Planck statement says it is impossible for a heat engine to produce net work in a complete cycle if it exchanges heat only with bodies at a single fixed temperature. And Clausius statement is it is impossible to construct an engine which operates in a cycle, transfer heat from a cooler body to a hotter body without any work input. Okay, so the right answer for this question is option number D. A machine which violates Kelvin-Planck statement will violate the Clausius statement. Option number D is right here. Next question is, which of the following is correct statement? Options are entropy of isolated system always decreases, energy always degrades during the real process, energy always destroyed during the real process, heat transfer through a finite temperature difference is reversible process. So friends, option number B is right here, that is entropy always degrades during the real processes. Option number B. Next question is, which of the following device compiles with the Clausius statement of the second law of thermodynamics? Options are closed cycle gas turbine, internal combustion engine, heat steam power plant, or domestic refrigerators. So friends, clause's statement is related to refrigerator and heat pump, not with the heat engines. So option number D is right here, domestic refrigerators. The efficiency of a reversible cycle depends upon the options are nature of the working substance, amount of the working substance, temperature of the two reservoirs between which the cycle operates, or the option number D, that is type of cycle followed. So friends, in this case, our option number C is right here, that is the temperature of two reservoirs between which the cycle operates. That is option number C. Okay, next question. Carnot cycle consists of. Friends, Carnot cycle is consist of, options are two constant volume and two isentropic process, two isothermal and two isentropic process, two constant pressure and two isentropic process, or one constant volume, one constant pressure, and two isentropic processes. It is a very frequent asked question, as you can see that it has been asked in Visaga Steel MT 2017, TNPSC AE 2018, KNPSC, TSPSC. Okay, so friends, in this case, our right answer is option number B, that is two isothermal and two isentropic processes. So, and here I also have a trick for you to keep reminding the cycles about Carnot cycle. So for Carnot cycle, you can learn, you can remind, or you can take care of a word that is cat, C-A-T, cat. So from cat, you can easily recognize that C stands for Carnot, A for adiabatic, and T for temperature. So for Carnot cycle, you can always remember a word cat, C-A-T, cat. Okay, so the right answer for this question is option number B, two isothermal and two isentropic processes. Okay, next question is Carnot cycle efficiency is maximum when. Carnot cycle efficiency is maximum when options are initial temperature is 0 degree Kelvin, final temperature is 0 degree Kelvin, difference between initial and final temperature is 0 degree Kelvin, or final temperature is 0 degree Kelvin, 0 degree Celsius. So friends, Carnot cycle efficiency is maximum when final temperature is 0 degree Kelvin. So option number B is right here. Final temperature is 0 degree Kelvin. Option number B. If the temperature of the source is increased, the efficiency of the Carnot cycle. If the temperature of the source is increased, the efficiency of a Carnot cycle, options are decreases, increases, will be equal to the efficiency of Practical's engine, or does not change. So friends, in this case, the efficiency of Carnot cycle will increase. That is option number B, increase, will rise. Option number B, increases. Option number B. Next question is, the device that produces network in a complete cycle by exchanging heat only with single thermal energy reservoir is known as. Friends, it is known as PMM2. So option number C is right here, PMM2. And let me tell you what is PMM2. So friends, PMM2 is a perpetual motion machine of a second kind. Okay, so option number C is right here, PMM2. Our next question is, second law of thermodynamics is known as the law of. Friends, it is known as the law of entropy. So option number B is right here, entropy. And it is also seems like a good question, as it is has asked in HPPSC, UPSC. So entropy is right here, option number B. Perpetual motion machine of second kind, PMM2, violates the. Options are zeroth law of thermodynamics, first law of thermodynamics, second law of thermodynamics, or the third law of thermodynamics. So friends, perpetual motion machine of second kind, PMM2, violates the second law of thermodynamics. That is option number C, second law of thermodynamics. A thermal reservoir is a body. A thermal reservoir is a body of, options are small heat capacity, large heat capacity, infinite heat capacity, or large work capacity. So friends, a thermal reservoir is a body of infinite heat capacity. That is option number C, infinite heat capacity. Next question is, the statement The efficiency of all reversible heat engines operating between the same temperature levels is the same as known as. Options are corollary of Carnot theorem, zeroth law of thermodynamics, first law of thermodynamics, or the third law of thermodynamics. So friends, the efficiency of all reversible heat engines operating between the same temperature levels is known as by corollary of Carnot cycle. That is option number A. Next question is, a isentropic flow is one which is, options are adiabatic and reversible, isothermal only, adiabatic and irreversible. So friends, an isotropic flow is one which is adiabatic and reversible. That is option number A, adiabatic and reversible. As you can conclude that isentropic equals to adiabatic plus reversible. So option number A is right here. Next question is, Carnot cycle is not considered as a practical cycle because options are, its PV diagram is narrow, its thermal efficiency is low, heat addition takes place at high pressure, or heat rejections take place at high temperature. So Carnot cycle is not considered as a practical cycle because its PV diagram is narrow. For this question, its PV diagram is narrow. That is option number A, PV diagram is narrow. The efficiency of an ideal Carnot engine depends on the temperature of both source and sink. That is option number D, the temperature of both source and sink. Let me tell you that source is a state, or a godown, you can say, from where we take as much as heat we want, and sink is a godown, you can say, where we can reject heat as much as we want. So the right answer for this question is the temperature of both source and sink, option number D. Which of the following constituents of the fuel does not contribute to its calorific value on combustion? Options are carbon, hydrogen, sulfur, and nitrogen. So friends, in this question, nitrogen is right. That is option number D, nitrogen. For a reversible engine cycle, the Clausius inequality says. So friends, for a reversible engine cycle, the Clausius inequality says option number C, that is dq by t equals to 0. So option number C is right here. For reversible cycle, it is equal to 0, and for irreversible cycle, it should be less than 0. dq by t should be less than 0, and if dq by t is greater than 0, then cycle does not exist. So friends, in this case, option number C is right here, that is dq by t equals to 0. The value of dq by t for an irreversible process, as I told you, for an irreversible process, it is less than 0. That is option number C, less than 0. Next question is, the entropy will usually increases when options are, a molecule is broken into two or more smaller molecules. Second option is, a reaction occurs that results in an increase in the number of moles of gas. Third statement is, process is adiabatic. Fourth statement is, process is reversible adiabatic. And the fifth statement is, a liquid changes to a gas. So in this case, our options 1, 2, 3 as well as option number 5 is right. So option number C is right here, that is 1, 2, 3, 5. Option number C is right here. Next question is, the change in entropy is 0 during. Options are hyperbolic process, constant pressure process, adiabatic process, or polytropic process. So friends, for reversible adiabatic process, change in entropy is 0. So option number C is right here, adiabatic processes. Next question is, an ideal gas of mass m and temperature T1 undergoes a reversible isothermal process from an initial pressure P1 to final pressure P2. The heat loss during the process is Q. The entropy change, that is ds del S of the gas is? So friends, it is plus mR ln P1 by P2. So in this case, option number B is right. mR ln P1 by P2. Option number B. If T refers to temperature and S refers to heat, then for a process from state 1 to state 2, heat transfer in a reversible process is given by, friends, it is given by T naught ds. T naught ds, that is T naught S2 minus S1. That is option number A right here. Option number A, T naught into S2 minus S1. Option number A. Increase in entropy of a system represents. Options are decrease of temperature, increase of pressure, increase of temperature, or degradation of energy. So friends, increase in entropy of a system represents degradation of energy. So option number D is right here, degradation of energy. And entropy is the energy that is caused by the randomness of molecules. So as well as the randomness of molecules will rise, the entropy of a system will be increase. So option number D is right here, degradation of energy. The property of a working substance which increases or decreases as the heat is supplied or removed in a reversible manner is. Let me repeat it again. The property of a working substance which increases or decreases as the heat is supplied or removed in a reversible manner is. Options are entropy, external energy, internal energy, or enthalpy. So friends, it is entropy, that is option number A, entropy. Next question is, the entropy may be expressed as a function of what? Options are pressure, temperature. Second option is temperature and volume. Third option is heat and work. Fourth option is internal energy. So friends, the entropy may be expressed as a function of pressure and temperature. So option number A is right here, pressure and temperature. The change in entropy is zero during. The change in entropy is zero during. Options are hyperbolic process, constant pressure process, reversible adiabatic process, or polytropic process. So friends, in reversible adiabatic process, the change in entropy is zero. That is option number C, reversible adiabatic process. The third law of thermodynamics is, options are an extension of second law, an extension of first law, an independent law of nature, an extension of zeroth law. So friends, third law of thermodynamics is an independent law of nature. So option number C is right here, an independent law of nature. Next question is, the unit of entropy is. We have to find out the unit of entropy. And in this case, the unit of entropy is joule per kg Kelvin. So option number C is right here, joule per kg Kelvin. Clausius inequality statement indicates that del Q by T equals to 0, del Q by T is greater than 0, del Q by T is less than 0, del Q by T is less than or equal to 0. So option number D is right here, that del Q by T is less than or equal to 0. Option number D. The main cause of irreversibility is. Options are mechanical and fluid friction, unrestricted expansion, heat transfer with a finite temperature difference, or all of the above. So friends, in this case, all are the causes of irreversibility. So option number D is right here, that is all of the above. Option number D. Availability of a system at any given substance at any given stage is. Availability of a system at any given stage is. Options are a property of the system, the total energy of the system, the maximum work obtainable as a system goes to dead state, or the maximum useful work obtainable as the system goes to dead state. So in this case, option number C is right, that the maximum work obtainable as the system goes to dead state. And there is a slightly difference between option number C and D. It is in option number C, it is maximum work obtainable. In option number D, it is the maximum useful work obtainable. So don't get confused. And the option is Option number C is right here, that is the maximum work obtainable as the system goes to steady state. Option number C. The irreversibility associated with the process is defined as. Options are loss of qualitative engine energy, loss of energy, loss of enthalpy, or loss of entropy. So friends, the irreversibility associated with the process is defined as the law of as a loss of qualitative energy, as a loss of qualitative energy. Option number A is right here. Option number A. The exergy of the system will depend on. Friends, exergy is available energy. It is the second name of available energy. So don't get confused. And the options are entropy generation, surrounding temperature, surrounding pressure, or all the given answers. So friends, the exergy of the system will depend on all the given options, that is entropy generation, surrounding temperature, surrounding pressure. So option number D is right here, all the given options. The equation which perfectly represents Gibbs phase rule for a process where the pressure is also a variable is expressed as. So friends, it is expressed as F equals to C minus P plus 2. That is option number D. F equals to C minus P plus 2. Option number D. Gibbs phase rule is F equals to C minus P plus 2. That is option number D. Which relationship defines Gibbs free energy G? So friends, G is defined as G equals to H minus Ts. H minus Ts. That is option number B. G equals to H minus Ts. Next question is Joule-Thomson coefficient is defined as. So friends, Joule-Thomson coefficient is defined as dou T by dou P at constant enthalpy. So friends, option number A is right here, dou T by dou P at constant enthalpy. Option number A. The statement that molecular weight of all gases occupy the same volume is known as. Options are Avogadro hypothesis, gas law, Dalton's law, or thermodynamic law. So friends, the statement that molecular weight of all gases occupy the same volume is known as Avogadro hypothesis. Option number A, Avogadro hypothesis. Which is a single phase system? Which is a single phase system among these? So options are mixture of water and alcohol. Second option is mixture of oil and water. Third option is liquid water, ice and water vapor. And the fourth option is water and ice. So friends, single phase system is mixture of water and alcohol. That is option number A, mixture of water and alcohol. Water vapor can be considered as ideal gas. So friends, water vapor can be considered as ideal gas. Options are never, always, at high pressure, at low pressure. So friends, at very low pressure and high temperature, all gases and vapor approaches to ideal gas behavior. So in this case, option number D will be right, that is at low pressure. Option number D. In van der Waals equation of state, the two constants are determined from the behavior of substance at. Options are saturated, it should be saturated. It is mistyped, so saturated point. Second option is triple point. Third option is critical point. And the fourth option is never determined. So friends, in this case, option number B is right here, that is triple point. Option number B. Specific heat of monoatomic gases. Specific heat of monoatomic gases, options are increase with in temperature rise. Second option is decrease with temperature rise. Third option is does not depend on the change of temperature. And the final option is none of these. So friends, a specific heat of monatomic gases decreases with temperature rise. That is option number B, decreases with temperature rise. A positive value of Joule-Thomson coefficient of a liquid means. A positive value of Joule-Thomson coefficient of liquid means. Options are temperature drops during throttling. Second option is temperature remains constant. Third option is temperature rises during throttling. And the fourth option is none of these. So friends, A positive value of Joule-Thomson coefficient of a liquid means temperature drop during throttling. That is option number A, temperature drops during throttling. Joule-Thomson process is, options are throttling process, heating process, compression process, expansion process. So friend, as I told you that Joule-Thomson process is throttling process. It happens at a constant enthalpy, so it is a throttling process. Option number A is right here. A gas having negative Joule-Thomson coefficient where throttled will be, options are become cooler, become warmer, remain at the same temperature, either become cooler or warmer depending on the type of gas. So friends, a gas having negative Joule-Thomson coefficient where throttled will become warmer. That is option number B, become warmer. Next question is, most of the gases exhibit drop in temperature upon expansion. However, this may not be true in case of options are carbon dioxide, oxygen, hydrogen, helium. So friends, in this case, it will be hydrogen. That is option number C, hydrogen. When the fuel is burned and water is released in the liquid phase, the heating value of fuel is called. The heating value of fuel is called, options are higher heating value, lower heating value, enthalpy of formation, or none of the above. So friends, when the fuel is burned and water is released in the liquid phase, the heating value of fuel is called higher heating value. That is option number A, higher heating value. A fluid behaves as an ideal gas provided it is at. So friends, a fluid behaves as an ideal gas provided it is at high temperature and low pressure. I repeat again, high temperature and low pressure. That is option number D, high temperature and low pressure. The point that connects the saturated liquid line to the saturated vapor line is called. So friends, it is called critical point. So option number B is right here, critical point. The enthalpy of vaporization at critical point is maximum, minimum, zero, or none of these. So friends, the enthalpy of vaporization at critical point is zero. That is option number C, 0. The specific heat of an ideal gas depends on its pressure. Options are pressure, volume, entropy, or temperature. So friends, the specific heat of an ideal gas depends on its temperature. That is option number D, temperature. No liquid can exist as a liquid at, I repeat again, no liquid can exist as a liquid at. Options are 0 degree Celsius, 200 degree Celsius, 0 pressure, or 0 viscosity. So friends, no liquid can exist as a liquid at 0 pressure. At 0 pressure, that is option number C, 0 pressure. The heating of a gas at constant pressure is governed by. The heating of a gas at constant pressure is governed by. Options are Boyle's law, Charles law, Galois law, or Joule's law. So friends, the heating of a gas at constant pressure is governed by Charles law. That is option number B. So friends, let me tell you, in Charles law, the heating of a gas is done at constant pressure. In Boyle's law, the heating of a gas is done at constant temperature. In Gay-Lussac law, the temperature of a gas is done at constant. The heating of a gas is done at constant volume. So for this question, the right answer is option number B, Charles law. The dryness fraction of steam is equal to. So friends, in this case, the dryness fraction of steam is equal to mass of gas upon mass of gas plus mass of fluid. Mass of mg denotes here mass of dry steam, F denotes here mass of wet steam. So friends, in this case, option number A is right here. That is mg upon mg plus mf. Option number A is right here. Option number A. With the increase of pressure, Options are the boiling point of water decreases and enthalpy of evaporation increases. Second option is the boiling point of water increases and enthalpy of evaporation decreases. Third option is both the boiling point and of water and enthalpy of evaporation decreases. And the last option is both the boiling point of water and enthalpy of evaporation increases. So friend, with the increase of pressure, the boiling point of water increases and enthalpy of evaporation decreases. That is option number B. The boiling point of water increases and enthalpy of evaporation decreases. Option number B. If the degree of saturation of air is 0, the air is said to be. If the degree of saturation of air is 0, the air is said to be. Options are superheated air, unsaturated air, saturated air, or atmospheric air. So friends, in this case it is said to be saturated air. That is option number C, saturated air. The kinetic energy lost in friction is transferred into heat which tends to options are cool or condense the steam. Second option is dry or superheat the steam. Third option is increase the pressure of the steam. Fourth option is reduce the dryness friction. And the final option is decrease the specific volume of steam. So friends, the kinetic energy lost in friction is transformed into heat which tends to dry or superheat the steam. So option number B is right here. Dry or superheat the steam. Option number B. Under thermal equilibrium, flow of steam is. Under thermal equilibrium, flow of steam is. Options are isentropic, adiabatic, hyperbolic, or polytropic. So friends, in this case, under thermal equilibrium, flow of steam is isentropic. That is option number A, isentropic. Which one of the following substances has constant specific heat at all pressures and temperature? Options are monatomic gas, diatomic gas, triatomic gas, or polyatomic gas. So friends, in this case, monoatomic gas is right. That is, monoatomic gas has constant specific heat at all pressure and temperature. Option number A, monoatomic gas. At critical point, it is asking about the critical point. At critical point, any substance options will exist in all the three phases simultaneously, will change directly from solid to vapor, will lose phase distinction between liquid and vapor, will behave as an ideal gas. So friend, at the critical point, any substance will lose phase distinction between liquid and vapor. That is option number C. The latent heat of steam with increase in pressure. The latent heat of steam with increase in pressure. Options are does not change, or increases, decreases, or remains unpredictable. So friends, it will decrease. That is, the latent heat of steam with increase in pressure decreases. That is option number C is right here. An ideal gas is heated from temperature T1, that is initial, and T2, that is final. By keeping its volume constant, the gas is expanded back to its initial temperature according to the law of PV raised to n equals to constant. If the entropy change in the two processes are equal, then the value of n in term of adiabatic index gamma is. So friends, in this case, we will only go with the right answer, that is n equals to gamma plus 1 by 2. That is option number A, n equals to gamma plus 1 divided by 2. That is option number A. The equation P plus A by V square multiplied by V minus B equals to RT is known as, options are perfect gas equation, Maxwell equation, kinetic theory of gaseous equation, or van der Waals equation. So friends, this equation is van der Waals equation. That is option number D, van der Waals equation. Which of the following is not the Maxwell equation? So friends, in this case we have to find the which of the following equation does not belongs to Maxwell equation, and option number B is right here, that is dou V by dou T at constant pressure equals to minus dou P by dou S at constant volume. So this does not belongs to Maxwell equation, hence option number B is right here, option number B. Next question is, the gas constant R is equals to, options are sum of two specific heats, difference of two specific heats, product of two specific heats, ratio of two specific heats. So friends, the gas constant R is equal to the difference of two specific heats, that is option number B. The value of compressibility factor for a van der Waals gases is equal to, friends, it is equal to 0.375, that is option number B, 0.375. Okay friends, with this we will end this video and hope that the questions that I have discussed here will help you in upcoming exams. Okay, keep studying. Bye.